What's going on, MGTOW Nation, Red Pill Nation, Black Pill Nation? This is Renegade #1, aka the Feminist Killer, hashtag Logitorium. Everything that you've learned over the years of you living since you were born, you need to forget about it right now. You need to forget about everything that you've been taught since you were younger. And it's going to be uncomfortable for you to break off of those old habits. Remember this: if you are stressed out, if you are going through pain, that means you're making changes. Making changes, no one ever said it's going to be easy. But this video I need to make this video because I hear a lot of brothers, talk about God, and I'm gonna talk about that in my video today. But I'm gonna say this: forget what you think you know. What you think you know is actually not the truth. Okay? Number one, your mother and your father, they were the first ones to introduce you into the prison, to inculcate the prison mindset that you need to conform and follow directions, that you need to go to school and take in the information and just be another slave in society. Okay? Those are the ones that taught you how to be a slave from the get-go. Period. Those are the ones that taught you to respect women and for you to just deal with bullshit. That's something that you have to overcome. You have to understand this. Just because someone has the same blood as you does not mean that you guys are the same. Mentality is the connection to everything. That's what keeps us aligned. That's what keeps everything intact, is the mentality, the mental, the brain, the connect. The brain is the connector, not the genetics. You understand? Not the bloodline. It's the brain that's the connector. And like I was talking with a brother in a Walmart, he just randomly, came and he saw everything. He saw my demeanor. He knew what type of person I was. And we instantly clicked. And that we went from there. But I say that to say this: family does not mean they're gonna understand everything you're going through. You understand? Race, and the thing is with race is irrelevant. It's irrelevant because yes, you got different, race and culture, but the thing is, it's all about the mental state. If you have an Asian man and a Mexican man, clearly they're different on the outside, but on the inside, if they have the same goals in mind and the same mentality, they are brothers. They are relatives, right? And basically what you have to understand is, you are my relative. I am your relative. Your family, those are strangers to you now. You can't relate to what you used to have anymore. They used to give you that blue pill mentality. You were their relative. Now that you have a black pill or a red pill mentality, you are no longer relatable anymore. That's something that you have to hurdle over. Period. You have to hurdle over that. And part of doing that is you must let go of the emotion. Let go of getting in your feelings and saying, well, I know them my whole lives. I love them. They did this for me. They provided for me and everything. I love my family. That's true. But you grown apart. You are transforming to your maximum power, right? And so basically, to overcome all the blue pill thoughts that you've been conditioned with, you got to cleanse your body. Your body has a lot of impurities in it. your thoughts. Every day, your bad habits that have been started. You have to cleanse yourself. How do you cleanse yourself? Drink plenty of water. Get plenty of sleep. Meditate. Eat the right fruits. Have a great relationship. This is why I say it's very good for you to socialize. If you are the type that doesn't like to socialize, that has to change. If you can't socialize with people in your local environment, socialize with me. Socialize with one of your brothers in in the comment section. Get each other's numbers. That way you don't feel depressed, lonely, or whatever the case may be. But you need to find a replacement. You have to. And so, as a kid, you have to understand that your brain was not fully developed. You were in an embryonic state. So you were more prone to be taken advantage of. You were more prone to be acceptable to the lies that they told you. So therefore, as a kid, you were controlled. All of us, we all have to go through the revitalization stage, or you can call it the rebirthing stage. You have to be reborn again, not from a biblical sense, but from a red pill sense. You have to baptize yourself with the MGTOW knowledge. You really do. You understand? If you did not go through what I just said, the rebirth stage, you're still blue pill. I don't want to hear no questions about, oh, well, I'm still doing this. Is it okay? No, it's not okay. Okay? Period. The only people you should be talking to, unless unless mandated to do otherwise, you should be talking to us. This is it. There's nothing else outside of this. We know everything is a lie. Another thing that I'm tired of hearing. This phase right here. I don't agree, or I agree. Those two phases have nothing to do with logic. All of that has to do with feelings. I feel like that's not real. If I told you that the grass is green, or heat burns, or the sky is blue, and you say you don't agree, you're saying that the truth needs your permission to be real. When you say I agree, that's something you must refrain from stating. The truth doesn't give a fuck about how you feel about it, or the truth doesn't need your permission to exist. The truth is going to exist long before you and long before me. So it's up to you to take it in, take it for what it is, and move on. Right? So forget all of that. I don't agree. Fuck, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. The truth doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. You understand? So condition yourself like that. Get it out the way. Rip the band-aid off and keep moving. You understand? You have to catch yourself. You have to condition yourself. How you used to conduct yourself, you can't conduct yourself like that no more. You understand? That's blue pill talk. I don't agree. Get that out of your... And another thing is, part of that is, you want to have a sense of certainty. Another blue pill beta male trait, and I hate saying beta male, another blue pill trait is the feeling of uncertainty. Know what direction you're going in and stay in that direction. Be firm with your decision making. You understand? Stand on your 2 feet like you're supposed to. Don't speak like a blue pillar does. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's beta male talk. That's blue pill speaking. You understand? Screw that. Move on. And that's it. Don't have no apology. Stop saying sorry. That's another sense of a person that thinks they owe the world something. You don't owe this world anything. You don't owe anybody anything, period. Stop saying sorry. Stop apologizing. Stop saying thank you, period. Have a sense of assertiveness. That's my whole point of me saying that. Have a sense of assertiveness. Know how to see something, you go after it. You understand? Get yourself together. Understand that it's not going to get better. Another trait that you must refrain from having and forget about is having the sense of repetition. Avoid repeating your bad habits. Like, for example, if you got married 2 times already, don't get married a 3rd time, because you already know the result is going to be the same. You need to understand that. If you are in a marriage right now, get the fuck out. If you can. If you have kids, you got to make a business decision. Period. You got to make a business decision. But ultimately, stop telling yourself it's gonna get better. Stop repeating the same dumb mistakes. You getting married over and over again will not fix anything. You're trying to deflect. You're trying to run away from the truth. The truth is always going to remain. Delusions, they are only temporary. That's what you have to realize. Delusions are temporary. Truth is always going to be remaining. So you can run into your delusion if you want to, which is getting married over and over again, saying that, oh, that's just that one female. They're all not like that. That's delusion. That's stupidity. You know, they say doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is insanity. I think it's stupidity. I think it's not wanting to accept the truth. You have a mental illness. Okay, stop being a fucking pussy and man the fuck up and accept the truth for what it is. And I usually don't say man the fuck up, but for this, you are not MGTOW in my book unless you accept the truth. Okay, blue pillars think like that. Blue pillars are okay with being within their delusions. You are a warrior. Like I said numerous times, you are a warrior. You can deal with anything if you put your mental state to it. Because, like I said, your brain is your connector. Remember that. Another thing, you gotta understand that soulless people gravitate towards you because they want to steal your soul. They're like parasites. They're like parasites hooked onto meat. You're the meat and they're the parasites. They want to feast on you because you are a sense of good energy. You are refreshing to hear. You are refreshing to be in the presence of numerous people. You understand? So people will gravitate towards you. Those are still blue pillars. You got to put your shield up and you have to navigate around this world. You have to find a way to navigate around it. You understand? Because these people will try to penetrate that barrier and they'll try to convert you into their thought process. You understand? That's how it is. You got to find a way to be truthful and to be unapologetic for, the things that you do. Another thing that you got to forget, this is something that a lot of people have a hard time with. Judge a book by its cover. They always tell you don't judge a book by its cover. That's bullshit. The body is the biggest indicator of the mind. You understand? How a person looks is how they think. It's real simple. If you don't believe that, then you have some issues. I don't give a fuck. Go get them fixed. Bottom line is, your body, the body's the mind, and the mind is the body. If a person looks a certain way, they most likely are a certain way. You understand? Some people try to do this thing like oh, don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, I don't think like that. See, that's chameleon talk. That's chameleon talk. Look past that. You understand? Think about it. A book is different from a human being. And with a book, you can misinterpret a book from the outside, but from a human being, you can't misinterpret a human being. If a human being looks a certain way, they are a certain way. Period. Oh, you got certain people that try to hide in plain sight. That's a bunch of crap. Okay? And another thing, don't hide in plain sight. Don't be driven by fear. If you're driven by fear, you're a blue pillar. If you're governed by fear, you will always be controlled. Get that fear out of you. Stop being scary. Fear only puts you in a state of dormant. They put you in a dormant state. You can't move anywhere if you're scared. Overcome that. Overcome that. Don't be afraid. If you need to cry, cry, get that shit out of you, and then you gotta build yourself up from the ground up. Sometimes you gotta destroy a house and then rebuild again. Your mind is your house. You need to destroy it and you need to rebuild it up. Flat out. Another thing, and this is where I'm gonna get everybody right here. There is no God. I'm tired of you guys saying that there's a God. There is no God. You cannot be red-pilled. You cannot be black-pilled and still believe that there's a God. G-O-D. God. What is those? That's an acronym. Governor of Destiny. So if you believe in a God, you believe in government. If you believe in government, you believe in authority. You cannot be a status. That's what that is. A person that believes in authority. That means you believe that someone should control you. You understand? Fuck that. No one controls me. No one governs me. If you agree that no one should govern you, then there is no God. You understand? Oh, I get this all the time. This common retort. Well, who created us then? There has to be a creator. Yeah, your mother and your father, the sperm and the egg. Okay? There's gonna be certain things that we take to the grave we may never know about. But there is no God. If you're calling the universe, or if you're calling science or the Big Bang Theory God, you have some serious issues. That didn't govern your destiny. You control your own destiny. You govern your own destiny. Stop giving your success or your failures to the devil or to God. That stuff is blue pill thinking. You have to overcome the religion. You have to overcome those fairy tale stories. Once you overcome that, you've officially became red pilled and black pilled. Understand that. There's no other way around that. And if you convince me otherwise that it exists, you have an issue. You need to get that fixed. You have a delusion in you. You have some type of optimism in you that is going to continue to keep you in a dormant state. You won't be able to advance to the next stage until you realize there is no God. You being red pilled or you being black pilled and believing in God is like mixing oil and water. It does not work. It's impossible. Okay? Understand that. If you disagree, all be to you. You can continue to mix that oil and water. You can continue trying to get them to mix and see how that works out. That shit is not gonna fucking work. So stop putting that Renegade #1 is a godly man. I'm not a god. Fuck God. Okay? And if you believe in God, get the fuck off my channel. This is not a Christian channel. This is a hardcore truth channel. Period. So let that go. The last thing I want to cover: become an anarchist. Don't rebel from the government. Rebel from the things that people have taught you. Understand this. Understand this. You were never given a fair playing field. Life is not fair. It's never going to be fair. You know how they say life is not fair, get used to it? Except for that last part. Don't get used to being in an unfair system. Don't get used to it. When people tell you get used to it or deal with it, those are weak people. That means they're telling you conform. Submit. You will never submit because, again, your brain You are a red pill. You are a black pill. You gotta have a mind of resilience, perseverance. You will give your life to defend your soul, to defend your ideology, and that's what you gotta do. Period. But yeah, man, stay aware, stay growing, and never become complacent. Complacency equals disaster. Complacency equals dormancy. Complacency equals a man that will be taken advantage of. You understand? So never get complacent, gentlemen. But this is Renegade number 1. Like the video, share, subscribe. Peace.